All right, well, water fam, now let's talk about what to do if you have ferrous iron and you also have hard water. For those of you who don't know, inside of a well, there's generally two types of iron that we're going to see. We're going to have ferrous iron and we're also going to have ferric iron. Why is that important? Essentially, ferrous will turn into ferric iron. The difference is the state that they're in. Ferrous iron is dissolved iron, ferric iron is solid iron. If you turn on the faucet and it comes out orange, that is going to be ferric iron. It's orange, it's gross, it's nasty. If you turn on the faucet and the water comes out clear and you notice that after a while it starts staining your toilets or your fixtures, that is ferrous iron. Now, I'm going to give you a little inside baseball here. What's happening is the ferrous iron, which I mentioned is in an ionic state, what's going to happen is it's going to go ahead and sit in your toilet bowl. Then what happens? Well, the air starts to oxidize that ferrous iron, which then converts that ferrous iron into ferric iron, which is why you now have the orange staining. Super fun. We have two solutions for this, and it really depends on what you want to do. If you only want to get rid of the iron and you don't have hard water issues, or you're not concerned about softening the water in your home, we have the OxiMax Air. Okay, the OxiMax Air is a 13-inch tank. It is a powerhouse. And what it does is it removes ferric and ferrous iron from your water. And it does it through air oxidation. So there's no salt needed, no added chemicals need to go into the system. And essentially what's going to happen is the water is going to go into the unit. It's going to go through a level of carbon filtration to stop any particulates that arise. It also has its own resin media inside, which will stop and pull some of the ferrous and ferric ions out of the water. But then what will happen is it will convert any ferrous iron into ferric using an air oxidation process. It will then drain all of that ferric iron that it just converted from ferrous iron out your drain line so it never goes into your drinking water. Absolutely fantastic. Now, let's say you don't have a ferric iron issue at all. The water comes out clear, but it's staining everything. And you have hard water. Well, in that case, we're going to give you the FerroMax. Now, the FerroMax is an amazing two-in-one tool. It saves you a ton of money because you don't need two tanks. And the FerroMax is essentially going to remove all the ferrous ions out of the water. It'll also go through a cation resin, which will soften the water. If you don't know what cation resin is, quick recap, it is a standard softening resin, exchanges the sodium ion with calcium, magnesium, potassium ions to give you soft water. So our proprietary ferrous media will get rid of the ferrous ions. The cation will get rid of the hard water ions, leaving you with nice, clean water. This system will use a salt bin to regenerate the system and clean it. Like all of our systems, it does have a smart computer, so it will read in there when it needs to be filtered, so you don't have to worry about overrides or things like that, and you also don't have to worry about wasting water or salt. Very good warranties on these as well, most competitive in the industry, and it has the clear wave guarantee. So if you are on well water and you don't want to compromise on quality, check out these two units. I guarantee you, you're going to be very, very impressed.